What's up, you guys? It's your girl Lily here, and we are back with another Model UNI show episode. Yes, here we are, everyone. I know y'all missed our Model UNI show episodes, but we're back as always. And today we're going to be talking about some pretty cool stuff. We're going to be talking about a brand for this week, a designer for this week, a photographer for this week, and of course a model on the rise for this week, as well as y'all's beloved and awaited archive photo at the end. So stay tuned till the end for my hilariously embarrassing video, y'all. Now, if you guys don't know what the Model UNI show is about, I'm going to explain it to y'all if you're new. If you guys already know, just sit back and listen, and we will get into it momentarily. But the Model UNI show is basically a show that is anything and everything fashion plus more. So some days we will be talking about brands, designers, and models, but it's not going to be your average everyday Model UNI video. It's going to be an awesome episode of Model UNI show, which we get once a week. Now, it's time to get into, after all of that explanation for the newcomers, it's time to get into the actual show itself. So let's get into the first segment of the show, which I'm really excited to talk about. Alright, you guys, for this week's brand, we are going to be talking about the one and only Gucci. And Gucci is an Italian luxury fashion house based in Florence, and they sell a bunch of things from handbags to ready-to-wear accessories, footwear, and even home decor, y'all. So go get yourselves some decor from Gucci, because who doesn't want some of that? Gucci was actually founded in 1921, and in 2024, they made a revenue of around 7.65 billion euro, which is equivalent to 8.72 billion US dollars. You guys, that is a lot. Now it's time to get on to the next segment of the show. Alright, y'all, it's time to talk about the designer of the week. And this designer is the one and only Jeremy Scott. He is a 49-year-old fashion designer born in Kansas City, Missouri. And he is known as fashion's last rebel and pop culture's most irreverent designer. Now, Jeremy Scott is actually really amazing because he has actually worked for or designed for Adidas and Moschino, some of the most amazing brands and well-known brands. And speaking of well-known, he's also worked with some of the world's most known celebrities. And I'm talking about big celebrities like Bjork, Madonna, Beyonce, Ariana Grande, even Justin Bieber, y'all. Everyone. Like, you name a celebrity, he's most likely worked with them. It's pretty amazing. Sadly, that concludes our amazing designer, but let's get into the next part of the Model UNI show. Alright, y'all, it's time to get into this week's photographer, and this week's amazing photographer is the one and only Mario Testino. He is super talented Peruvian fashion and portrait photographer. He's 7 years old, and he was born in Lima, Peru, and his work has actually featured in some pretty amazing magazines like Vogue, Vanity Fair, GQ, and a ton more. Sadly, that is all we have on the amazing Mario Testino, but it's time to get into my favorite part of the show, the model on the rise. So let's get into it. Alright, y'all, it's time for my favorite part of the Model UNI show, the model on the rise. And this week's model on the rise is the one and only Annika May. Now, looking at her page, it says that Annika K. May is actually a Canadian model and actress, as well as a gymnast and a dancer. So this woman is super talented. This girl is talented indeed. Everything that I'm seeing on her page is amazing, just absolutely gorgeous. She is beautiful, she is talented, and she's got a power inside of her that I feel like all young aspiring models need. So make sure to go check her out. It's Annika K. May on Instagram, and let's get into the concluding part of today's video. Alright, y'all, it's y'all's long-awaited reward for watching the video all the way through. I know this is what you have all been waiting for. So here is your archive. Today's archive. I hope you're enjoying it. Get your laughs. Get your enjoyment out. Yes, this is little me. It's embarrassing. Now, anyways, I know y'all loved to laugh at that, but if you guys are interested in this amazing stuff, make sure to stay tuned for every weekly episode because we get a new episode every week. And when you're waiting for our weekly episodes, you can go check out some of our other videos, like the model UNIs that I post every single day, that are just models, if that's what you're interested in, as well as some other pretty amazing stuff on the channel that you'll just have to see for yourself, and I promise you'll learn something new from it. But sadly, that is the end of today's episode, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next week with another amazing Model UNI Show episode. Alright, y'all. Bye!